So I didn't upload yesterday, and that is partly because the issues I'm having with YouTube have kind of reached a point to where I just can't deal with them silently behind the scenes. I have to kind of bring attention to it in a more broad way if I hope to ever kind of get a solution here. So one of the things I do want to address is, yes, there are going to be ads on this video. You're going to find out why it's really not important if there are ads on this video or if they're not later on. But I do enable the video for monetization so it can get recommended to everybody, because if it does not have ads on it, YouTube does not recommend it as much because YouTube does not make money from it. Also, I don't want to alarm people. I don't want people to panic or think that I'm about to close this channel or things are about to drastically change here in the coming weeks. Like, I'm going to plan on uploading for the rest of the season. I'm just letting you guys know on some of the very real struggles I'm having with YouTube right now as regards to my compensation that I rely on for my living from this platform and how that's going to affect things going forward. Now, I'm going to start by saying, like, I appreciate YouTube. I obviously appreciate the platform. It's given me an avenue to kind of reach more people than I ever would have before. So I appreciate that. But I'm also not going to exempt it from some very real criticisms that I have of them. And this is very serious. Essentially, the issues I've been having with YouTube is that from September 14th to right now, even this video more than likely, I have not been paid a single cent of ad revenue. Despite you getting these ads, despite you seeing these ads, YouTube has not withheld, but fully refunded all of that money to the advertisers. So that's just gone. So essentially, from September 14th to now, I basically haven't been paid. This is thousands of dollars of income that I rely on. You know, this is money I rely on to pay bills, student loan debt, food, all this stuff that just has not been there for the last 6 weeks because YouTube has refused to pay me a single cent in ad revenue from September 14th to now. So that's the entire football season almost. I have not gotten a single cent from YouTube, and you can see why this is horribly concerning, right? Also, I know that this is not a problem just exclusive to my channel. There's an entire hashtag, check it out, YouTube wage theft, that has more people that have had these issues, exact same issues that I'm having. So I don't think this is unique to me. I don't think this is somebody specifically targeting and attacking me. I think this is a legitimate bug that YouTube is either ignoring or unaware of. Now, your first reaction to hearing that I have not been paid for 6 weeks, although I've been uploading every day for 6 weeks straight, is probably pretty shocking, right? And it was the same reaction that I've had for the last 2 months. This happened at the end of September and at the end of this month. So both times I contacted YouTube support in hopes of getting some kind of answer or solution or, you know, best case scenario, my money back. But the more conversations that I've had with partner support, honestly, the more terrified I am at the potential scope of this problem and how bad this problem is. So at the beginning of October, I contacted them and let them know that all of my ad revenue from September 14th to the 30th had disappeared. And at first it seemed like this was some kind of bug that they were aware of that they're going to try to fix for me. And they sent my channel up for an internal review. So I was feeling pretty good at this point. A few days later, I get this response. I'm just going to say the pertinent paragraph here. Hi there, hope all is well. You might have seen a drop in your revenue YouTube analytics as a result to invalid activity on your video and or channel. We filter invalid traffic as a way to keep YouTube's ecosystem, including creators and advertisers, healthy. Keeping invalid traffic out of our ad systems helps advertisers feel safe running ads on YouTube. All this stuff to basically say we don't want people botting views on YouTube because views are currency. And I understand that concept. But at this point, I'm terribly confused because it's not like some of the views between September 14th and 30th were gone. All of the views, all of the ad revenue was gone from September 14th to the 30th. You know, that's the big problem I have. I know for a fact that every view that I've gotten from September 14th on now is not botted. I know you guys exist, but right now YouTube's treating you all like you're robots, like you don't exist. And at this point, and this was at the beginning of October, I was also concerned, was this an automated response or was this the actual results of the internal review? To which they said, and again, I'm reading the pertinent paragraph, when we raised the issue to our internal team, rest assured that ample time, effort, and energy was given into the investigation. If invalid activity is detected, we filter out these impressions, meaning ad spends, including YouTube share, is refunded back to the advertisers. This is why you see a revenue decrease in your analytics. That being said, the dates from September 14th and 30th, we have detected high volumes of invalid click activity, which is why we don't charge advertisers for all of the playbacks. And this is what terrified me. It wasn't that they thought all of the views were fake. It was that a percentage you're not going to tell me of these views were deemed invalid clicks by their algorithm. And because of that, it justifies them somehow refunding advertisers for all of the views. Do you see why this is kind of ridiculous? So I freaked out when I got that email because that's terrifying to know that not even a majority of your views have to be botted or deemed botted or invalid in order for all of your ad revenue to go away. Just a portion of it that they're not willing to tell you. So I wanted clarity from them about that. Is that the specific thing going on? Because that's terrifying. And they said, I understand that this might be a little confusing for you, so let me shed more details on this. You are correct for those dates. Your channel was impacted by a high number of invalid activities detected. That does not necessarily mean that this was for your channel alone, but for a few other channels as well. As this is the case, we do not charge advertisers for playbacks during this time. This is why no revenue was generated for those dates. And then they go on to say that they have detected better ways to detect invalid traffic and stop it, because I asked, what is there that I can do about this? And they said, hey, it's on us, but if it happens, it's on you, pretty much. So no help from YouTube. Which is why at that time you saw me start to ask for more Patreon donations and more PayPal donations, because I really did not feel good about October's ad revenue, which was already cut in half when you look at the rate per thousand that I get paid here. And that's a little bit inside baseball. But basically what happens is that I get paid per 1,000 views. Normally that's around $8 or $9. This month for October, it was showing like 3 or 4. So that's cut in half from what it usually is during the holiday season especially. So I already saw that funky stuff was going on with the October money, and I had the sneaking suspicion that a few days into November, all of my October ad revenue would be gone, and lo and behold, that's exactly what happened. And when I pressed them and got another review on YouTube and literally said, hey, I think there's a bug, and let them know about all the things that I think is wrong with what's going on with my channel and that this has been going on for literally 6 weeks, they basically sent me the same email. We confirmed and finalized your earnings are accurate for most channels. This large discrepancy between finalized revenue is from filtering out invalid ad traffic from your channel at the end of the month. The corresponding ad spend was refunded back to the advertisers. We also confirmed that invalid ad traffic was identified and filtered out correctly as our part of an ongoing improvement to better detect invalid activity. Well, let me tell you something. You're not doing a good job, YouTube. Over 260,000 views immediately invalidated, does not exist, did not happen. Every single person who's watched this channel since basically the start of the football season to YouTube is not real. So either I'm going crazy and I'm talking into a camera to nobody right now that's real, and just a bunch of bots who are extremely responsive and somehow follow me through multiple platforms and donate on Patreon and donate on PayPal, or YouTube's algorithms are either way too aggressive or buggy. And that's a major problem. This is affecting my channel. It's affecting other small channels. I have not seen this affect a larger channel, 100,000 subs and above. And it seems like since it's not reached that point with those subscriber counts, they don't care about fixing it. They're aware of the bug. Enough people have complained to them. They have to know that this is an issue. They're aware of it in their responses to me, that this is not just happening to me. They're just not willing to fix it. is what my reading of this is. And what's disappointing about this is for YouTube, this is a relatively easy fix, I would imagine, to make sure that algorithm is not so aggressive to the point to where it's invalidating entire months of views of especially small creators. But it just doesn't seem to be remotely any kind of priority for them. This is the stuff that kills small channels. This is the livelihood for a lot of YouTubers that you watch that could easily be erased. Even if it's not happening to them right now, it can happen like that. Let me make this clear. I have no copyright strikes. I have no community strikes. All of my content follows the community guidelines to a T, and all of my content in this time period is deemed advertiser friendly. I have done nothing wrong when it comes to the YouTube community guidelines and rules or the creator agreement, none of that, or the YouTube partner agreement. I have not broken any of these things, but yet I have not been able to be paid my ad revenue because YouTube's algorithm on invalid clicks is absolutely garbage. It's not a concentrated attack by some malicious third party because it's happening to a random smattering of small channels. It seems to me that this is a widespread bug in their system that they just haven't seen affect anybody large enough to care about. By the way, if this is not happening to you, if you're a bigger channel and this is not happening to you, understand this is a huge security flaw because apparently all it takes is a percentage of your views that's not really that large. I'm telling you from what I'm viewing, nothing is that large to be deemed invalid click or invalid viewer activity, and then all of your revenue is gone. Think about that. That's terrifying. And they go by 2-week chunks. This is a massive security hole. This is something that could be actually taken into the hands of people who are more malicious and be used to kind of just attack people's livelihoods. Like this is a security flaw that they should absolutely think about patching up as soon as possible. And I don't know why they're so hesitant to even acknowledge that this is an issue. And that's just what I've been dealing with for the last 6 weeks. If I seem exhausted or tired, this is why. This is wage theft. I've been uploading every day, been getting record amounts of views in a month. Thank you guys for that. Thank you guys for that very real non-bot support. Those ads that go up on those videos that I upload every day definitely get played in front of real eyeballs who make real buying decisions. But yet, at the end of the day, YouTube gets what it wants. The advertisers get what it wants while I get absolutely nothing. How can I categorize that as anything but wage theft? They won't disclose to me the percentage of invalid clicks that somehow invalidated my entire AdSense earnings for 6 weeks. And to be honest with you, I don't even think these invalid clicks are happening. I think they're just being falsely detected by an over-aggressive algorithm that they can simply fix. So one, what can we do? We can raise awareness, tag larger creators, share this video, try to get it out there. That will help a ton. Also, if you have spare cash, things are tight and uncertain right now, so I understand I'm asking for a lot, but if you have it, the one-time donation from PayPal, that helps a lot. Joining Patreon and joining one of those tiers helps a ton. Those are the things that's really been kind of fueling the channel during this period, so if you can join that would be awesome, especially if you're a regular viewer of this channel, because I do plan on uploading just as regularly once the Browns games start up again. And I'm going to do it under the understanding that I have no idea if the ad revenue is ever going to come back to my channel or not, which was the main source of income that I had. So, you know, I'm doing things like Twitch. I'm spreading out on a lot of different platforms, so follow me on Twitch as well. I do a stream there every Friday. It's a Browns franchise mode. Also, guys, just in case, subscribe to this second channel that I'm making here. I don't know if YouTube's going to pull something. I'm really just trying to put as many eggs in as many different baskets as possible. So subscribe to the Quincy's Burner account there because that might become helpful in the future. But those are things you can do if you want to help me financially offset some of the massive losses, quite frankly, I've had because YouTube's unwillingness to fix or even acknowledge what seems to be an obvious bug affecting multiple channels. So as far as the future goes, we'll see. Hopefully, fingers crossed, this ends soon. They fix the bug, it gets patched, and I can continue uploading as regular and paying my bills and all that, and we'll be fine. But we'll see, man. We'll see. But that's just an update on what's going on. I didn't want to leave you guys in the dark, especially those who have been so gracious as to support this channel through donations and Patreon subscriptions. So that's what's going on. Yes, the dog checks are not going anywhere because they're literally paying the bills right now. Hopefully sometime soon this gets resolved. But I'm not optimistic. So please, if you can, help me by, the Patreon or the PayPal or by sharing this video. But again, guys, thank you for watching. Have a great day. Have a good night.